No, I am your father.
Yep, it's time for another round of Who's Your Daddy? Trump Family Edition. Because it kind of seems like Donald may have just confirmed that Barron is not really his son, adding fuel to the speculation fire that has been burning for years. So hit subscribe to Really American Media because this is all starting to seem like less of a conspiracy theory and more of a practical theory. And in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, the interweb has been kicking this theory around for quite a while now.
Did anyone notice Barron looks exactly like Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau? Melania may have fooled everyone, including Trump. Recently, a comparison photo of Barron Trump and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau went viral online, showing their striking resemblance. Some bold people have speculated that Barron may not be Trump's biological son, but Trudeau's instead. Three signs might help solve this family mystery. First, at the 2019 G7 summit, Melania kissed Trudeau on the cheek right in front of Trump. She seemed completely absorbed in the kiss, while Trump appeared visibly angry. Keep in mind, Melania has never kissed Trump like that, and has even avoided his kisses. Second, when Trump and Melania attended the Toronto Games, Melania made a point to visit Trudeau and his family. Interestingly, Trudeau stared at Melania like a lovesick teenager and even introduced his kids to her, much to the discomfort of his wife, Sophie. Finally, Trudeau's relationship with Sophie has been troubled for years.
Yeah, so there you go. The internet feels that Melania let former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau play with her maple leaf, sample her syrup, take a slap shot at her goal, eat her poutine, or however Canadians would describe an affair like that. And yeah, that kiss did get a lot of publicity.
But when Justin Trudeau air-kissed Melania, that innocent moment became hashtag Melania loves Trudeau. Can you blame her? It was even turned into a movie poster. This just in, a story of forbidden love on the world stage.
All right, I will grant you that as of now, this all sounds like supermarket tabloid kind of stuff. But bear with me, I'm going somewhere with this. Do we have any reason to believe that there was infidelity happening in Trump's marriage around the time that Barron was conceived and born?
When news of Donald Trump's alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels first broke, what did his wife Melania do? She jumped on a plane and headed for Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, away from all the drama. That was January 2018. In the wake of the allegation, she broke tradition and drove separately from her husband to the U.S. Capitol for his State of the Union address later that month. The White House at the time said the unusual move was so she could attend a reception with guests in the First Lady's box.
Yes, and maybe that wasn't the first time Melania hosted others in her box. As in, maybe Melania had an affair back then because she knew Donnie was cheating on her. Or maybe Trump found out that Melania had cheated on him and hooked up with Stormy as payback for that. Either way, there was definitely infidelity happening in their marriage when Barron was born.
An alleged hush money payment was made to Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election for her alleged affair with Trump in 2006. That would have been just 4 months after Melania gave birth to the couple's son, Barron.
And back in 2019, Trump first fueled the theory that Barron isn't his son when he said this at a White House press event.
And that's how the First Lady got involved. And she's got a son together that is a beautiful young man, and she feels very, very strongly about it.
She's got a son? How on earth does Trump forget that he has a son?
Well, is it forgetting if you already knew the kid isn't yours? Maybe that was just a brief moment of honesty from Trump. It's bound to happen eventually. And I could see writing this off as just a slip of the tongue. It's not what he meant, etc. But if that's the case, why did Trump say this exact same thing again yesterday during that Zelensky meeting?
So the First Lady felt very strongly. She's watched the same thing that you watch and that I watch. I see things that you don't get to see, and it's horrible. But when she's got a great love of children, she has a wonderful son that she loves, probably more than anybody, including me. I hate to say it, but she loves her son. She loves children.
Yeah, he said it again. And as a dad myself, I cannot imagine I'd ever say that once, let alone twice. And not only is this the second time he said that, 6 years apart, he actually said it twice in that statement yesterday. He said, quote, "She has a wonderful son." He babbled for a moment and then he said, quote, "But she loves her son." That is how a stepdad talks, not an actual dad. And he had a chance to catch himself and correct it, but he did not. Is that because his mushy old brain doesn't consider it to be a mistake? And as for this theory that Barron is actually Trudeau's son, listen, that's fun to say. And yes, if you compare these pictures, they definitely do look alike. But that doesn't mean much, means nothing actually. And there's zero proof that Melania would have somehow met Trudeau 20 years ago. The bigger clue here, pun intended, is that Barron Trump is way taller than Donald Trump, something that Trump himself has commented on.
My Barron, my tall Barron.
A very tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Yeah, Barron is 6'9". So where did that come from? Trump is 6'3". Trudeau is 6'2". Trump's dad was only 6'1". Melania's parents, seen here, are clearly shorter than Trump, and Melania is 5'11". So can parents have kids that are significantly taller than them?
If a child inherits a dominant gene for height from one of their parents, they are likely to be taller than if they inherit a recessive gene from that parent. In short, it is possible for short parents to have a tall child if they both carry dominant genes for height, and those genes are passed down to the child.
Yeah, the key there is that so-called short people could have a recessive gene for height that could be passed along to their offspring. But neither Donald or Melania Trump are short. So are we supposed to believe that either of them have a recessive gene for being like super tall that has skipped several generations? No. Scientifically speaking, it would make way more sense that Barron's biological father is actually very tall himself. So instead of Trudeau, maybe we should be looking at someone we know is very tall. I don't know. How about Conan OBrien? He's definitely towering over his guest right there. And side by side with Barron, he looks just as much like him as Trudeau does. And is it a coincidence that back in 2019, Melania Trump, who famously avoids doing press with her so-called husband, made sure that she was in this picture with a hero dog from the military whose name is Conan? All right, that's fun too. But having said all of that, I actually have a different theory that would answer a question a lot of people have been asking.
Why is Trump trying to fire you?
Well, Elmo thinks it could maybe because Mr. Trump is mad at Sesame Street for making fun of him.
I'm Donald Trump, and I have more trash than all of you, so yeah.
No, I don't think he wants to end Sesame Street because Oscar the Grouch made fun of him. I think that Barron Trump may have gotten those tall genes from a certain someone that can tell you how to get in Melania's pants.
I have been thinking that I'm kind of tall.
Yep, Melania had an affair with Big Bird, which makes as much sense as her banging Trudeau 20 years ago. And it would be the only good reason I can think of as to why Trump wants Sesame Street canceled so badly. And in all seriousness, why he calls Barron Melania's son. It seems that his marriage to Melania is fake, based on the fact that she can't stand to be around him. And it also appears that his fatherhood to Barron is fake, based on his own statements and basic genealogy, or just having two eyes. And all joking and Canadian conspiracy theories aside, Trump is not that kid's dad. I mean, come on. So please, comment below with your thoughts and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, available everywhere, including on Sesame Street, I assume. I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.